Is it so strange that a game with no hype built around it would fail even though it's a sequel? It just goes to show how uncreative companies can be when they'd rather just shit out part 2 in a series without learning from any of their mistakes. Do we have something to be thankful for on T.U.G.S this week? Yes! We're thankful for you, the gamer, and you are letting Watch Dogs 2 die a slow, agonizing death.
Here we go!
If there's one thing that the video game industry and the movie industry have both come together to completely fucking suck at this year, it's sequels. Zoolander 2, Independence Day 2, Now You See Me 2,
Garbage.
Dishonored 2, Far Cry Primal, Homefront Revolution, and now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Watch Dogs 2. It's entered into the illustrious category of sequels that no one gives a fuck about, and they're just plain disappointing garbage.
Yes. And we could still easily fall back on the point that we made in one of our recent episodes, which takes a little bit of fault away from the title, and just say that releasing a game that doesn't have a rabid fan base in a month swarmed with other ginormous AAA titles is a dumb move. The same thing happened to Titanfall, and that game has pretty incredible reviews from people who actually coughed up the money to play it or were given review copies.
Or paid to review it.
Yeah, exactly. Shills.
Shillery.
It's so weird that Shibs is so close to shill. Wonder who he's getting paid
Shilly.
to talk about this week.
Shilly
Yay.
2142.
All right. Well, anyways, all we can think is that they planned on people buying up Call of Duty and Final Fantasy and Battlefield 1 on their own, and then asking for Watch Dogs 2 for Christmas. Because, I mean, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to pay for it myself. Please, Mom, get me Watch Dogs.
For their part, Ubisoft, the company behind Watch Dogs 2, certainly isn't taking credit for the lukewarm response to this release, saying in a statement to Eurogamer that, quote, "It is true that first day and first week sales for a number of big games, including Watch Dogs 2, and titles from our competitors too, guys, are comparatively lower than previous versions in previous years." So they're essentially saying, well, yeah, people aren't buying our huge titles, but people aren't buying anything else either. Which, that's like saying that the remake of Ben-Hur didn't sell tickets and was a flop. But it's okay, because people also hated Ghostbusters.
Yeah, job's done.
So we didn't fuck up.
Everyone did.
The audience fucked up.
It's all your fault.
It's the kids' fault.
Yeah, it's the kids who are wrong. In terms of actual numbers, well, all right, we're stuck using British sales numbers again. Because for whatever reason, they're just way easier to find than US sales, especially for newer released games. But using the sales info here, you can clearly see that this sequel is certainly not performing anywhere near the numbers that even its predecessor did, because they're basing it off of how the new Call of Duty performed in its third week since release, and it beat Watch Dogs 2. Now, over on NeoGAF, which is a forum I've never heard of, users there, and take this with a big grain of salt because I don't know these people personally, but the users there have put the numbers at around 80,000 units sold in the UK first week, whereas Watch Dogs 1 sold 380,000 first week.
Wow.
There's more spectacles out there than Watch Dogs 2 copies.
Bloop.
Sad. Now, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to Ubisoft themselves, though, considering that the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, admitted that the pre-order numbers were very low and said that it was because of
Oh, it was stinky cheese that did it.
it was the cheese.
Oh.
No, he said something else. He said it was, quote, because of widespread disappointment about the original Watch Dogs, and that gamers were, quote, merely being cautious about the sequel. I mean, he's being
first one sucked.
He's more self-aware than I would have expected. So that's cool.
the cheese.
We made a terrible game. Nobody wants to try the terrible game.
Hey, I gave you some stinky cheese. You want to eat it again? No, we don't. It's fucking gross. And they're freedom fries.
Yeah. He also, though, said that he was confident that the game would pick up the pace once reviews were out, and he assured his investors that they would be positive.
Oh, the reviews are gonna be great. Don't worry.
Why don't you just eat this cheese while you wait for the review?
How about a couple bottles of fine
Some wine! Some Bordeaux!
The French can take it.
Hey, look, the cheese is being served by a cute little rat in a French hat, a chef's hat. Look.
Hey, you want some macarons for a good review?
Anyways, the reviews in French and all languages, they really aren't that bad for the parts of the game that actually worked. Maybe he's right. Maybe people will end up pestering their parents. Dad, buy buy me this fucking Watch Dogs 2 game, you cuck.
I want to be a hacker.
But, that'll have to wait till the holidays. And that doesn't help the fact that early adopters who wanted to take advantage of the multiplayer features in the game got completely boned. Once again.
Early adopters always getting the shaft.
Always.
Maybe it was also because a bunch of people in the world didn't really want to fuck around with hacking shit after this year.
Yeah, it's a little too real now.
No.
Mission 2, hack the Democratic National Convention.
Are you a bad enough dude to alter the election?
Send the results to Julian Assange.
Yeah.
I feel weird about this.
This is
Am I the
strange.
hero in this game?
I'm not sure. So anyways, back to early adopters getting screwed. Shortly after the game launched, Ubisoft completely removed the online multiplayer features from the game.
What?
Because of how many issues people were having with the service. Turns out you could DDoS the game itself from inside the game. Who knows? Anyways, that online service that they did have in place would allow the game to have a co-op mode, and it would also, have you interact with other players' worlds by hacking them or something. I never played the first one. Anyways, the service has since been restored, first to PlayStation users, then to Xbox One players. So for the small percentage of people that are actually out there playing Watch Dogs 2, problem solved.
Woo.
I think.
But then once you get in the multiplayer world, you're like, hey, I'm here at the corner of Market and San Francisco Street. And they're like, hey, I'm there too. I can't see you. And you're like,
Oh, we should just restart.
Yeah.
It's because you don't have PSN. Oh, Sean, why can't I see myself in the game or anyone else?
we haven't forgotten. Anyways, moving on to more pressing matters. Remember last week when we made fun of the Video Game Awards and said that it was pointless that they were changing their rules about gaming trailers because the show is completely supported by advertising anyway, so believing anything they will say is for morons?
Yes.
Well, Valve to the rescue again. They're
Woo!
creating the Steam Awards.
Thanks, Gaben.
Steamy.
Yeah.
They're letting you, the actual gamer, the PC gamer, nominate games for their numerous categories, which include the following.
The Test of Time Award. The I'm Not Crying There's Something in My Eye Award.
What?
The Just 5 More Minutes Award.
These are porn awards.
The Whoa Dude Award. I think you might be right at
These
this
are all
point.
porn awards.
The Villain Most in Need of a Hug Award.
What does hug mean?
The Game Within a Game Award.
Ooh.
Inception. The I Thought This Game Was Cool Before It Won an Award. Lame. The Best Use of a Farm Animal Award.
Fuck you.
Whales will take that category because they have sex with sheep. The We Didn't Think of Everything Award. Sure.
Doesn't sound like Gabe's taking this award thing very seriously.
I know.
And still, no Worst Game of the Year awards or a category where they can curse people's projects so they fail.
Yeah.
So I guess you'll just have to skip both the Steam Awards and the Video Game Awards and wait for the Tuggies, like good little Tugs boys and Tugs girls, because we're the only ones that shame people.
Yeah, unless the video is sponsored, then don't trust a
Shame.
damn thing we say.
Shame.
Yeah.
We're gonna have little bells.
Oh, we should get
cloaks.
bells.
Yeah. But before we get into the segment where a giraffe spits those quotes at you while trying his best to not fall over due to the weight of his own head, since it's Thanksgiving, we thought we would tell you what Tugs is thankful for this year.
Now bow your heads, everyone in the audience that's watching right now. We're gonna say grace. Dear baby Jesus, I'm not touching that. Dear baby Jesus, we're so thankful for Sean Murray for fucking up a game release so badly that not only did he go into hiding, not only did people start immediately bailing from his project, and not only did the head of Sony have to publicly acknowledge the game's failure, but also because it provided us with so much content over the past year. We've truly had a great time taking a hot, steamy dump all over that title, and it's very rare that something so terrible gets released. So thank you. Thank you for No Man's Sky. Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's bring in the man so tall that the Mayflower didn't even need a crow's nest to spot Plymouth Rock.
Wow,
Shivy.
And let's eat him.
that's amazing.
Land a hoe!
Where do you get that from?
The old brainstem.
Can you see this? I like how this esports.
It says EA Sports.
Esports.
Constant.
Chaboy!
I apologize in advance for this one.
Oh, are you drunk this week?
No,
You're always
it's-
so sober.
It's
most of the
fucking
time.
Wednesday. Well,
Thanks.
it's Thursday when they're watching it.
Whatever. Tugs boys and Tugs girls, a few times a year, for whatever reason, people seem to care about Pokemon. Much like I'll be stuffing my face on Thanksgiving, you idiots are stuffing Game Freak and Nintendo's wallets full of your Dorito-crusted dollars.
Okay.
Clearly, they are riding the coattails of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Sun and Moon is the most pre-ordered game in the last 5 years. It should be criminal that pre-orders still exist, that you are being tricked into purchasing this product on a dying platform like the 3DS with the Nintendo Switch on its way. And 3, this game is a complete step down from the traditional award-winning Pokemon formula?
Woo! Yeah, take your drink.
Thank you. Was Pokemon red, blue, yellow, silver some of the dankest experiences on the old handhelds? You bet. Did you actually need to remember what Pokemon types do well and what is strong, what is weak against what? Oh yes. But now, this Pokemon Sun and Moon is so goddamn hand-job and hand-holdy that it displays that information for you. Remembering things like words, clearly too difficult for me, as I display. But Shibby,
Woo! Yeah.
what is your problem? The newest Pokemon are the coolest, and there's a Lohan Executor and his neck is almost as long as yours.
Nerd.
Whoa,
Where's your
viewer,
Fordora?
you guys are rude as fuck.
Where's your Fordora? Talk about
It
Nintendo. Yes,
Yeah.
so what?
Look, Pokemon Sun and Moon are just too easy. Breeding
What's
is...
the difference between the two?
You can capture different Pokemon in each one, and then
So
it forces you to trade with your friends.
Lame. I don't have friends.
Then you're fucked.
Should be criminal.
Poor use of the reference.
No, it was great.
Breeding is easier than ever.
Yeah.
Leveling... We got some fans. Leveling is
these
easier than
Pokemon
ever.
suck.
They removed the gym battles, and the game is more linear than any other Pokemon or Call of Duty game. The cutscenes are boring, which also look like shit,
Cutscenes?
and it makes me feel like I'm playing Metal Gear Solid over again for how long they are. Why the fuck is there a mandatory, unskippable Pokemon Trainer School tutorial that is 2 hours long? Ain't nobody got time for that. The long and drawn out dialogue.
Dog.
I'll try that one again.
We're leaving it in.
All right, doesn't matter. The long and drawn out dialogue choices literally do not matter. When in Pokemon doubles, the frame rate per second, frames per second, chug harder than most publishers on IGN's dick, and the loading times take forever. Need I go on?
Yes.
I wanted to like this game at the end of the day because Pokemon does hold a special place in my cold, lanky heart. However, much like the always relevant Tila Tequila, this game ain't alt-right, it alt-wrong. 0 out of 10.
Woo!
I heard Hitler was a big fan of Pokemon.
Yeah. Hitler wanted to round up people and categorize them and pit them against each other.
Yeah.
He didn't make a video game.
I don't think he'd let
He
him
built
breed.
an empire.
He wouldn't let him breed either. New feature. New feature.
Imagine if the Pikachus and the Charizards were just intermingling out there in the wild.
Ah, disgusting.
It's chaos, and the Pokemon trainers are here to fix it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Take them to a gym.
Is this like Pokemon's like eugenics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of is.
That's why Christians don't like it. It teaches evolution.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get the highest IV levels and breed the purest Pokemon? Oh yeah.
Sounds racist to me. The alt-right is gonna love it. So that's it for Tugs this week. And yeah, we know it's a short one, but we have to get out of here and go eat some turkey and fall asleep on the couch. You understand? You're falling asleep right now. But for old time's sake, and since the sequel was released, let's head on over to Amazon for a real user review of the original Watch Doge. This one comes from user Original Juice 11, who says this. Take it, Elliot.
I absolutely despise playing Watch Dogs, even after giving it an almost fair shot of 30 minutes for gameplay.
I barely did the tutorial.
There was too much technology floating around everywhere, and not enough action. Also, it seemed like a surplus of side missions and boring activities that I would rather be doing something else like laundry than actually take part in. And for the life of me, where are these dogs? What about the dogs? Was that a troll review?
I don't know. Original Juice 11 seems like a pretty legit name to me.
I am the original juice.
No!
I'm the 11th original juice.
Don't believe in those other juices. Anyways, that settles it. No Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs. 0 out of fucking 10. Have a great weekend, everyone. Watch the new Weekly Weird News. And if you're gonna brave the stores tomorrow, just go ahead and check out Tech Tuesday, where we do the hard, tiring work of finding the best Black Friday deals for you. And click the giant circle to subscribe. Here's some fan art. Have a good weekend. Have a good holiday. And we'll see you next time.
Cancel.